What do we need? Right here. What? A rack. You need a rack. Okay. Richard, you get us the rack.
Yes.
What are we going to mount the rack to?
A rack holder.
Yeah.
It's a self-sufficient.
Is it wiring? And we got a couple different ones here.
What's your best way of finding where the studs are, where the rafters are?
Oh, good question. So there's lots of ways to find where the rafter is. The way I like to do it, I just start putting holes in until I hit something. That's the easiest way. Another way to get close. Start on one side. I use it.
If you know what the centers are,
You can actually, roofs aren't that well built today. Usually they have 5/16 plywood every 2 feet. So you can actually usually feel it. And it's not, you can probably see where the wood's bending and where it's not.
There's Jim.
Right? So just by watching me, it's bending here, right? And I can feel it, it's solid here. So it's not that hard to find. You can actually feel it by walking on it. You can see it if you just watch somebody else go on it. You take a hammer, you gotta use it here. You can hear the difference. You can feel the difference in the hammer. If you're a chicken shit and you don't leave an extra hole in the roof, you can go in the attic and there's roof vents sticking up, right? Chimneys and penetrations. And you can take measure and say, okay, that penetration there, that sewer pipe or whatever, I know from there there's a truss, 9 inches south of the center of that bin. You can come up from here, here's my bin, 9 inches south, there I know there's one there. And then you go and you go to put it in and you drive your thing through and there's nothing there, right? So but you know you're close. Now look at the size of your flashings. Every time we have these, like there's different systems for different types of roofing. There's metal roofing, and there's shingle roofing, and there's high tile roofing. Probably 90% of the roofs around are these nice cheap asphalt shingles. So we're just going to work with that today. But here's 3 different systems for these types of roofs. They have a flashing. Well, look how wide the flashing is. So this is going to end up on top of my truss in the center, right? This is the smallest one. And if I'm drilling a hole and I missed by a half an inch, right? I just move over and drill a hole. I'm putting whatever that is, 8-inch wide flashing. One little hole. You can always fix the gunk at it on the way. So anyways, here's 3 different ones. Just pass it around. There's dozens of different kinds of this stuff. What you want is something that's going to go up under your shingles, right? Like all other kind of roofing steel, and you're going to be able to fasten something to your truss.
You seal those at all? You seal them up? Do you put any current tar or anything?
Richard will cover that I think in a second here. Okay. So where do we want to put this guy? Down at the bottom, over the top.
Somewhere where you can maintain it. So you want to
angle,
be-
right? With the sun?
Well,
Oh, the angle of the roof is the angle of the roof.
yeah, it's going to be the angle of the roof. But it's like,
But you're going to need some areas to walk on
so that you can actually put the thing on it and so that you can maintain it. So if you're only putting
Thanks.
one row on,
Right.
you move it.
So we're not. That's right. So you
Yeah, I got
need
that.
to lay them out. Where
2
you want
hands
on the
already.
roof. And he's pointing. It's really
Is
nice
that
if you
aluminum?
have a meter on the
Is
side.
that aluminum?
So you walk around.
I can't tell by touching.
Depends how you're doing. So you need a whole plan. You need a whole plan on how you're doing it.
Oh, that's different. That might be lead. What material is that?
No,
Okay.
it's
I don't know.
Only if you're not filling the whole roof. Filling the whole roof.
I think that's aluminum. Yeah, that's aluminum.
Well, that's what we're moving into. So you need a plan how you're going to have them. And
That looks like it's aluminum too.
when you pick the module, you can read the instructions with that module, and it'll give you restrictions on how that thing is mounted. There's quite a few actually. So you have to really get into the fine print to lay the whole thing out. You can't just clamp it anywhere that's convenient for you. So the module has restrictions. If you're clamping it, if you're clamping it with two rails running in portrait style, they have to be within a certain distance of each end. Okay, you can't have it at the very top and at the very bottom. It's not rated for that. So they've all been engineered for certain levels of performance, different weather systems, and so on. And typically, you can see there's some holes in the corners. You can actually just bolt them directly to some other structures. So that's always a good guideline. These are drainage holes. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are just drainage holes. Okay, the Canadian Solar ones that got holes punched for mounting. Yeah, yeah. And in the instruction manual for Canadian Solar, which I don't think that is one, but
1000%.
they say you use those bolt holes and bolt it right in, or clamp within these ranges and that kind of stuff. So anyways, we can go and stick a rail in, and when we stick another rail in, they might be too far apart, might be too close. So you always want to lay it all out first. So
Have a plan on paper. Make sure you've measured everything up beforehand. Know where your rails are going to go. Always refer to manufacturer's installation instructions because there's things you wouldn't. Like Tom was saying, the distance the rail goes from the end is actually very specifically.
So we usually use a chalk line. So Richard, do you have a chalk line?
I do.
And a tape measure.
Tom, how far do you have to stay in from the edge of the roof?
According to Calgary's bylaws, 0. You cannot hang over the roof. From a practical point of view, yeah, I'd like to plant a meter a lot high. You know, technically, you have to have all arrest protection on them because you're within 2 meters of the edge. But if you want to go up on your roof and you don't want to go anywhere near an edge because it makes you scared, then you want to stay in 2 meters. Plus walking. Right? Plus another quarter. So, but that's a lot of your roof use up.
The bottom, apart from the bottom.
You can be right up to the edge. But then try to put your ladder up and get up onto your roof, right? Depends where they are. So the Calgary bylaws, you just can't hang over the edge. And then it's practical. You need an electrical permit. Just the electric. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Yeah. As long as you conform to the bylaw, is what I'm quoting. Because you can't hang over the edge of the roof. And if you're cooking it, you can't go more than 1 meter above the roof line. And do it all. Jeremy just went to get us the big. And we need some wood. It's back there.
What? Can you extend the panel up here? You want to stay within the speed of
Now, if you want to do that, then you have to apply for a development permit because you're not conforming to the bylaw. If you have a good reason why you want to extend over the side of the roof or over the top or whatever, you can apply for a development permit. And if you've got some reasons why you're doing that, then you might get it approved. But now, that's probably going to cost you $200,000 to go through that step.
It's considered a new addition to your building at that point, because you're going outside of the.
We got about 6 inches above.
Now, you also want to look at...
Because actually, as it turns out, we're about 6 inches beyond if we want to put in 3 rows.
Okay.
So
now
we're
keep
still
in
6
mind,
inches from there.
keep in mind 2 things. First of all, the module manufacturer is probably going to tell you not to do that. And if you do that, then it's not going to have been correctly installed. And if you're looking for a warranty claim in 5 or 10 years, you may not get it. Also, The reason they said don't do that is probably because you get a big northern wind coming up, and it rips the nodules off, right? If they're sending out, there might be more force than they're engineered to catch, and then they haven't been correctly installed, and then you might have an issue with your insurance company and all that kind of stuff. And the other thing I was going to say is, if you do go over that, and you're not worried about the nodule warranty and that kind of stuff, you're violating a bylaw.
With bylaw?
It's the City of Calgary's bylaw. So the bylaw is you will not put a solar panel up that comes over the side of your roof. But the bylaw also says, over the top, same thing. But the bylaw also says you will not build a fence that's more than 6 feet high. Bylaws also say you will not park on the road pointing in the wrong opposite the direction of the traffic. What happens if you break the bylaw? Bylaw officer comes by and says, you got 48 hours to fix this thing. So you're not exactly going to prison or anything.
Although they're working on it.
And you ignore them, you talk to your lawyer, and you continue to ignore them.
Yeah, but I think your biggest issue with that is going to be actually the module manufacturer will recommend. I don't think they'd support that.